Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. As you can see, I am clearly decked out, to celebrate the holiday. Well, sort of. There's a little bit of green, I don't know. I don't own much green stuff, okay? Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the review. Hi, my name is Ryan Lane, and welcome to my review channel. So for today's movie, I will be reviewing Knox Goes Away, directed by Michael Keaton and starring Michael Keaton, James Marsden, Suzy Nakamura, Joanna Kulig, Ray McKinnon, and Al Pacino. So the story follows John Knox, played by Michael Keaton. He's an Army veteran who moonlights as a hitman alongside his longtime friend Thomas Muncie, played by Ray McKinnon. So following an assassin job gone wrong, because an assassin job always seems to go wrong in these types of movies, and a very unfortunate dementia diagnosis that seems to be like super dementia because, rather than months or years, he's got weeks, before his mind just goes completely kapoots on him. He decides to, in his words, cash out, which, that's not a euphemism. He literally wants to cash out, sell his paintings, sell his gold, etc., etc. He wants out of the business, and he plans to go away to, as the title would say. But before he can do that, he needs to help his estranged son, Miles, played by James Marsden, cover up his own crime. And to top it all off, he has to do this while fighting his own dementia diagnosis. And he also has to put up with, a police investigator, Detective Ikari, played by Suzy Nakamura. So, he's got a lot on his plate, and he's going to have a bit of a tough time doing all of these grocery list items. So the performances, they're as subtle as they are well done. Michael Keaton, he does a great job bringing world weariness to the role of John, as he manages to effectively use both his vocal delivery and his body language to convey his dementia symptoms. There will be moments where he's not using any dialogue even, and it's like, oh no, he's forgotten what he's doing. It's like, will he be able to recover in time? The film mines a lot of good tension out of these sequences. James Marsden, he surprisingly steals the show. I didn't even know he was in it. In fact, a lot of the actors I didn't even know was in this movie. And James Marsden, he does a good job of he does a good job of playing a guy who has never done a single bad thing in his life. Probably never hurt a fly, but he's done something really bad. And he does a good job portraying the inner turmoil. Plus, it's fascinating to see the character essentially channel his inner Michael Keaton almost. He doesn't do an impression per se, but it feels like he's channeling the spirit of Michael Keaton's performance in this movie, and I found that really fascinating to watch. Together, the two actors, they share great chemistry, and kind of just any of the actors in the movie in general, they do a good job of portraying a shared sense of history and strained relationships without resorting to cliches. Very few people ever actually yell in this movie. It's all just relatively calm conversations between everyone. I really enjoyed that because I feel like in the retired, maybe not retired, but the aging hitman genre, there's always, a sequence where, a big yelling sequence, between the hitman and, insert estranged family member here. But this film doesn't take the easy route. I like that. Plus, supporting cast members like Al Pacino and Suzy Nakamura, they more than pull their weight as a criminal underlord and a police detective fighting casual racism and sexism, respectively. Although I will say, Joanna Kulig, her role as a prostitute who visits John Knox every week, feels a tad underwritten, but she manages to breathe life into what feels like an underwritten role. So, though it comfortably belongs in the one last job genre, I would say that Knox does a good job of keeping the audience on its toes. Audiences will be kept wondering if Knox's master plan is, well, his master plan. Is it the works of a genius, or is it the works of a guy who's just literally losing his mind? The script also does a good job of portraying a strained relationship between John and his various friends and family members, and yeah, it does a good job of portraying shared history without resorting to excessive exposition. The only issue I'd say with the script involves, again, like I said, the prostitute, as the character feels underwritten and the subplot involving the character feels even more so. But again, it doesn't ruin the movie. It just feels like a bad side dish. It doesn't ruin the overall dish, but it does impact your thoughts on it. It's like the restaurant you're at ain't going to get the full marks on Yelp is what I'm getting at here. However, the true star of the show for me was the cinematography, as Michael Keaton employs camera tricks ranging from rack focus to jump cuts to even changing aspect ratios to convey the deterioration of John's mind. In addition, the camera shoots the on-set locations in fluid one takes while everyone is just kind of doing their thing. It really helps sell that this city is, a city and not just, set for people just, look pretty while the main actors do their jobs. It's like, this is a living, breathing city, and the city feels, well, to use the familiar cliche, the city feels like its own character. So proving to be capable in front of the camera as well as behind it, Michael Keaton's newest feature features smart writing and solid performances. So with all that in mind, I will be giving Knox Goes Away 3.5 out of 5 stars. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. If you like this review and would like to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And for today's comment section prompt of the day, what is your favorite Michael Keaton performance and why?